Hello and welcome to Ginger Peachy Pens. My name is Sarah, and I am here today to share with you my gift guide for the pen person in your life. I've been thinking about this for a few days, and these are things that, tips that I would give somebody who is shopping for a pen person, a fountain pen person, a stationery person. And I want to give you a few tips. I'm sure that I will forget something that everyone is like, why didn't you mention this? So feel free to leave comments with some things that you want to add to my list. But let's jump right in. So the first category of gifts for the pen person in your life is obviously going to be pens. However, here is where I will caution you that as a rule, do not deviate from your pen person's wish list. Pen people can be picky, and I'm speaking about myself. And actually, I had a friend who, really had a couple of things on his wish list, and he was really excited about them. And his wife was so sweet, and she was like, "I found something cheaper that looks just as good." And he was like, "Thank you." But it just was not the thing that was on the wish list. And, if it wasn't the right time to buy that, then that's fine. But there are better ways to get a gift than by guessing what somebody prefers, because we tend to be picky. We tend to have specific preferences. For instance, I don't like pens with metal grip sections. I don't like pens with metal bodies. Like, I just won't use them. Probably will sell them. I'm picky about like the width of a grip section. If it's too skinny of a pen, I don't like to hold it. I don't like to use it. It's not comfortable for me. So unless you have their wish list, maybe don't just buy a fountain pen unless you have that comfortable relationship where you can return something. Or obviously, if you are a pen person as well, or you just really know like what it is that they love in a pen, make your own choices. But if you're unsure, there are some other options. So if you don't have their specific wish list, I think that a great gift would be like a gift certificate or money towards a commissioned pen. So if you don't, no, I know most of you do, but a commissioned pen is when you reach out to like a small maker and you say, "Hey, I want, your pen that you make in this shape, and I would like you to use this specific material." And they make it to your specifications and put your nib on there. And, they're usually around $200 and up. Some might be a little less than that, but you could offer hey, pick a commission pen and I will pay for it, up to X dollar amount or whatnot. You could do just obviously a like gift certificate to a pen shop. Another cool option would be like a gift certificate or you can always write in a card $100 or however much money towards like a cool nib or a cool nib grind. If they're a person who likes like cool experimental nibs, on their pens, then offer them to like go pick one out, and you have, this much money you can spend. Or even like a nib grind on one of their pens. So you can say, choose a pen to send off to a nib grinder to see at a pen show and get a cool nib grind. That could be a really good gift for somebody who maybe, hesitates to spend that money on themselves. Or you could, if you really want to get a pen, you could get something fun, something novelty. So the two examples I pulled out were like, this is a pen from Russ Pens that is just hilarious to me. He calls it a fairy stick. I actually really like it. I don't mind using it, even though it's like crazy long and really fun. Like, this would be a really fun kind of thing to get in a gift. Or like if your pen person loves little things, you could go for something like this little PuChiCo from Wancher. I assume that they still have them, but that's just a teeny tiny little baby pen, but it's usable. As I drop it, it's usable. You can put that cap on the back, and like I've actually written with this. Something novelty would be fun. So you could find something fun that like doesn't break the bank, but would just be fun to open, fun to play around with. Obviously, this is a little more expensive. It's a maker pen. But this was, you know, like $25, something like that. So, you know, that's just an idea. You also could deviate. You also could deviate from fountain pens and find a like a Retro 51 pen. I have a little collection of Retro 51s. Sorry, this one itself is not available, but what I want to show you is they just have tons and tons and tons of Retro 51 designs, and you can find something to suit anyone's personality, you know, anyone's preferences. Because you always need, you know, a ballpoint or a roller ball around for different things that you can't always use a fountain pen for. So that is an option. I love my Retro 51 pens. And one other idea, and it's back to nibs, but there's a company called Osprey Nibs that makes fun nib grinds, and they're very inexpensive. They make their own nibs, and I personally have not bought from them, but I have friends who have, and they think it's really fun to buy pens that will, I mean, to buy nibs that will fit in their other pens that have cool nib grinds on them, and they're not expensive, like as little as $10 to $15, and there's some that are more than that, but Osprey Nibs might be a good place to look for something fun to give someone. So that's my pen category. If you don't have their wish list, be careful what you spend your money on. So category number 2, if you have a fountain pen, what do you need? You need ink. And you may or may not know what your person loves to use. Hopefully you have some idea of what they love to use when it comes to inks. But if you're not sure, then pay attention to like what kind of colors that they like just in their life, or maybe what they're writing with, and get them something in a beautiful bottle. So like an Iroshizuku ink. These come in just beautiful bottles. Pilot Iroshizuku. This is a Pelikan Edelstein ink. You know, this would just be a beautiful gift to receive. And this one does have some shimmer in it, so that's fun. But I would say if you're not sure, maybe don't go with a shimmer because not everyone loves those. But it's a beautiful blue ink. The Diamine, some of their Inkvent inks come in these fun bottles like this. This one again is a shimmer called Party Time. So something in a beautiful bottle. I'm also thinking of like Ackerman, and just choose a color that you know is one of their favorite colors to write with, you know, favorite colors to use. And I don't think you can go wrong with something in a beautiful ink bottle. Alternately, you could do something like go on Goulet Pens, or there's some other places where you can order a sample pack of little sample inks, you know, that come like in these little ink vials. And like I know the Goulet ones, you can buy different packs that's like a range of blues, or you can buy a random pack, or you can buy like a pack of, I don't know, you know, several from one brand. And they discount them a little bit when you buy them in a pack. And that's a way to give them some, you know, several colors to try out, and that's not very expensive. And then there's some accessories that I'll talk about that you could give them to go along with their sample inks. So, or if you wanted to go a little bit bigger, you could look at the little Diamine, which that's an old style bottle, but the little Diamine ink bottles, these are not very expensive. I think they're usually around $8. They may have gone up. It's been a while. But you know, you could get 2 or 3 of these and put them in a little package together. They're in these plastic bottles that ship easily and stuff. So that would be a good option to pick a few little colors and put them together. And if you even wanted to go a little bigger, I know like Iroshizuku has these small bottles, and they come in little sets of 3, I think. They're not inexpensive, but these are wonderful inks, and you know, again, a beautiful gift to open up. So shop around for something fun that you know that they would enjoy opening. This little guy. Do you know they would enjoy opening and having on their desk? I don't think you can go wrong with that. Another company I'll plug is Papier Plume. Papier Plume inks are not very expensive. You could buy 2 or 3 of these from them and put them together in a little package, and that would just be beautiful, you know, to give someone. So ink, if you don't know what they love, go with a beautiful bottle or like a sampler pack of some kind. Okay, number 3, pen cases. So, I mean, most pen people have a pen case, but maybe you have noticed what they like, what they don't like, or what they need. Number one, I'm going to recommend the Galen leather pen cases. They are my favorite. My regular, like, daily use pen case is this 20 pen leather case. They're not super expensive, you know, relative to other leather cases, but this, like, this this 20 pen case is the right amount for me. It's like, it's easy to carry around. It's kind of just like carrying around a notebook. But you have this whole range of pens, and it doesn't, even if it gets down to like 10 pens in there, it doesn't feel too bulky to use and to carry around. But Galen leather has all kinds of sizes. This is a 40. I can't, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. This is a 40 pin case that is very cool. They have like these little sleeves that carry up to 4 pens, and then they can slip some other things in there that are really handy. I have these that hold 10, like this, and 6, like this, and 5. This one's a little different, like this, has a place for a notebook, and 2. Love the little 2-pin holders, go in your purse really well. So Galen leather, highly recommend. I do have a code with them. It doesn't earn me money. No pressure to use it, but if you do decide to order from Galen leather and you want to use my code, you get like $5 off, and I earn some points that I can use towards a purchase. So it doesn't pay me money, but you're welcome to use my code. But I legitimately recommend these whether or not you want to use my code, because like I said, it doesn't earn me money. But I will put my code in the description box in case. Another pen case brand that I love is Rickshaw. Rickshaw makes all kinds of pen cases, like these little sleeves. This has room, I know it's hard to see probably. It has seams here, so this has room for 3 pens. They have this Sinclair that was created in collaboration with the Pen Addict that holds pens in here. You can put notebooks and things and pen slots in here, and outside pockets, like lots of different configurations. I don't have lots of different configurations from Rickshaw. These 2-pin, look, I'm pulling out all the little dog ones, but these little 2-pin sleeves you can slide 2 pens down in. These are short ones, so these fit your Kaco Sports, or I think this one was bought to fit Retro 51s, because they have some in collaboration, so you can find a Retro 51 roller ball, and then get the matching. Actually, this matches the Dino Retro 51 as well that came out a while back, and those fit in there really beautifully. Rickshaw also they make some that like open up like this, so and have different pockets. These polar bear ones are from White Bear Pens, and these specific ones are not available, but Rickshaw has all of this stuff on their website with lots and lots of different patterns and fabrics you can choose from. And then the most popular one for me is their solo pen sleeves. You can see that I have a handful of these that have come with different pens that I've bought. And I'm thinking that probably I should have sent some of these along with the pens that I sold, but here's the little dog print. These little solo ones are so nice because they fit almost any fountain pen, barring like this, but they fit almost any fountain pen, and they go right in your bag, right in your purse, and it keeps your pen nice and safe. It's got this soft lining, keeps your pen from getting scratched, keeps the cap from coming off, in your pocket, in your bag. I use the heck out of these. I know I probably have a bit of an excess amount, but there are times when I'm using 4 or 5 of these at a time. So I do like those a lot. a cool desk accessory from Rickshaw is these little pen desktop pen rest things. These are the ones that I chose are 2 colors each. I purchased these myself a while back, but they are for your pens to be nice and cozy and safe on your desk. So I really like these. They're heavy. They're full of like probably those little plastic pellets, but they kind of have some weight to them, and they look really cute. I think they're called pen pillows, and yeah, recommend those. So I'll link to Rickshaw in the description. Love their stuff. And one other brand that I really like, but they're kind of hard to get your hands on sometimes, but I'm going to show you real quick, is Yuruliku. That's what they're called. And I don't know what it is about this like canvas. It's not waxed canvas, but it has a little texture to it. These little canvas pouches. This one's called the flat tool pouch, I think. This one has like, it's just an open pocket and has a, you know, one of these little closures. And then this one is like a 3-pin. Oops, so it zipped the wrong way. But it has like a 3-pin little thing in here. I really love these. They can be kind of hard to get your hands on, but something about them, I don't know, to me just feels really special. So if you have a person who you think would like something that seems kind of utilitarian, that's a good option if you can find them. And one more pen case recommendation. This is one that I got a while back before I got my Galen leather 20 pen case. This one is made by Kaco, and I bought it on Amazon. I want to say it was under $40. Was it $20? I think it was around 40, but it's a 20 pen case and it is fabulous. It's lightweight, it's fabric. I really, really like this one. I like my leather one just because I love the leather, you know, is beautiful. And so this one has been out of rotation for me for a while, but it's less expensive than the big leather ones and looks really sharp going in and out of your bag. I think they make some smaller ones. I think the other color is black as far as I remember. But these are really nice. So if you're looking on like Amazon, this is a really good option, I think. So my last category is accessories, and this is the most fun category. It's the category you can kind of go wild with and not be too worried about, you know, people's pen preferences or their ink preferences. So a few of my favorite accessories. Number 1, my Esterbrook Patience the Turtle. She's so cute. She's a little like brass, I think, little girl. Her name is Patience, and she's a pen rest. So you can put your pens here to be safe on your desk. You can also, you know, use this little thing here to throw your paper clips in or whatever. But mostly on my desk, she just looks cute. So I love my little Patience. She was a gift from my parents for Christmas. And I remember putting it on my little wish list. You know, our family like kind of gives each other, hey, here's some ideas. I remember saying like, I know this is such a silly thing to ask for. And, you know, it's not inexpensive. It's more than $50, I think. And my mom was like, Sarah, that's what Christmas gifts are for, is to get you the things that you won't buy for yourself, but that you love. And I have loved Patience on my desk ever since I got her. I mean, it's been 5 or 6 years ago now, I think. Another Esterbrook item, well, actually 2 more. I have one of these butterflies. I got it on clearance. This holds your notebook open. You put this in your pages and it sits in the top. I should really have been more prepared, but it helps hold your notebook or your book open. Doesn't have to be a notebook. Anything that you're trying to hold open, you know, you slide these in the pages on either side of the binding and it holds your notebook open, and it's beautiful. It comes in a couple of colors. I like that. Another Esterbrook product is their blotter paper. I did not need another set, but the Coffee Monsters Co. set was just so cute. I did not buy the pen, but I have this. Here's some that's open. the Jurassic is my absolute favorite, and I just have not opened it. And even I think I've opened it and looked at it, but I have not used them yet. But I love dinosaurs. Love the dinosaurs. But to show you what's in here, they give you 3 of these large sheets. The third one is in my journal, and it has the tortoise on it. And then you have 3 of these small ones. So these little small ones are great to break apart and use like to put your hand on when you're writing if you don't want to get oils on your paper, or just for smaller notebooks and things. But I really like blotter paper. This is not my first. These, like, I've had it before, and other companies also make blotter paper, but Esterbrook has these beautiful designs. So love that. Everyone who uses fountain pens pretty much can use some blotter paper. And you know, can't really have too much of it. Another gift idea is a clip. Everybody can use these, even if people are not really journalers. These are so good for holding any notebook open. For, I mean, you know, I have been surprised at how much I have used these. I have both of the Traveler's Company ones, and I don't even use a Traveler's notebook, but I just like these. This is a less expensive one that I got from, I think, Yoseka Stationery. But, you know, it's just cool, and you clip it on your page, and I don't know. Clips are really useful. These are around $20 a piece, but they look so classic and just nice. They're weighty, brass, really nice clips. I think that's a great gift for somebody. And then I have a little unboxing. So my next category is, not category, my next accessories are Inkapets, ink vial holders. So if you're not familiar with Inkapets, this is my little snowman guy. He wears a hat. The hat is not for anything except cuteness. But what these do is they hold your ink sample on your desk when you're filling your pen, so they do not fall over, because these fall over easily. So your little ink vial holder, you can get little micro suction strips to go on the bottom, so you can even stick them down, you know, temporarily to your desk so that you just don't knock over your ink. And Inkapet has so many different cute options. So we're going to do a little unboxing because I just got some new things from them. So here's my box. I have opened it before. I'm going to pull this first, but the biggest thing is this stand here. And then it came in this little pouch. Here's the little card that Calvin signs with a thank you. And this little stand, I think, is precious. Came as a set with this little whale. He has a name. I cannot remember the name. I'm sorry. I did not look at it. But the whale docks in the wave, and I think it's so cute. I chose this like shiny one, and then there's a pen rest here on the front. So your fountain pen can lay right there, and you can have your ink, you know, right here. And then they sold a little water spout to go to be, you know, have a little water coming out of your whale when you're not, when you don't have an ink vial in there. And unfortunately, it arrived broken. I tried gluing it together. Did not work with the glue that I had. And so Inkapet Dad very graciously sent me a replacement so that my whale can have his little water spout. Because, you know, I use these, but let's be real, a lot of times they're just decoration on my desk. So they're so cute. I also picked up their new little axolotl. She is adorable. I possibly will be painting her eyes like I have for some of my other ones. So I have a fairly extensive Inkapet collection at this point. But like, here is my little penguin who sits on a little iceberg that has also a pen rest, and as you can see, I've painted him. He was just solid turquoise. There are other Christmas accessories and fall accessories. I have a little ghost, to go on this little Ink's best friend dog. He can wear a little ghost, and that glows in the dark. It's so cute. Some of their, obviously, accessories are seasonal, so you can't get them all year. But I have a little dog pen rest that's precious. I have this in a couple of colors because they're adorable. Here's a little Christmas tree hat that can go on anybody. Like, they're just adorable. I love Inkvent. I love Inkvent. Like, literally do not need all of these, but I love them. I love putting different ones out on my desk for the different seasons. I love keeping an eye out for what they have coming. And there is a very cute bear on their website right now with a little hat. It looks like the Starbucks cup, you know, the bear cup that everybody went crazy for. I have already placed an order for it because it didn't come out until after I ordered this. But it's adorable. It's going to be my way of enjoying the Starbucks bear. They just released some Inkvent stickers, and they graciously sent me these with my replacement water spout, and I said, can I share them? And he said, they're on the website now. So yes. Look how cute. This is my first time taking them out. Look, this is the little Inkvent logo. And my little, oh, it looks like my little a penguin. And then the Inktopus, which, here's my Inktopus, which I've also painted eyes on. Look at those stickers. I love them. Thank y'all so much for sharing these with me. So grab you some Inkvent stickers while you can. And they also have their adorable coloring book, which features on one page ginger peachy pens. So yeah, they were so sweet to include me in their coloring book. And there's some other things like that in here, but their little coloring book is so sweet. I've got to get another one because this one is mine, but I've got to get another one for my little niece. But I just think it's so sweet. So that's just a bonus item that falls under the accessories category. Okay, and just a couple more little items. You can do some like just fun little desk items, like these little containers, some like pretty scissors. You know, I mean, everybody uses stuff like this. Another fun gift option that can be really inexpensive are chopstick rests, so that can function as pen rests. These are a couple of sets that I have bought over the years. They came from Amazon, but you can find them other places, and they're made for laying your chopsticks on, but you can also use them to rest a pen on. Well, this one did not stay, but to rest a pen on their little, you know, backs. There's cat ones, there's whale ones, there's all different ones, and you know, they look cute on your desk. This was not a good pen choice to show you, but they, you know, if you're putting your pen down, you can rest that. This also was not a good choice to show you, but you can rest your pen on there so it doesn't roll off your desk. Or if you know, if they're the kind of person who leaves their pen uncapped for a little while, they can put it down without you know, risk of it making a mess or anything. So that's a fun option. I had these on my desk at work at various times, and I just still really think they're cute. And last but not least is something like this. This is a Goulet Pens pen maintenance set. I think it came with the pen flush that is just like a safe liquid that helps you can use to help to flush your pens, to get them really clean. Comes with a loop that you can use to look at your nib up really close. When you know you have a scratchy nib or something, this helps you look and see what the problem is. It does have a light you can turn on to see really well. Comes with, you can see mine is very well loved, but with these what's this stuff called? Micro mesh. And what are these sheets called? Anyway, stuff that just helps you like get little scratchy spots off your nibs and can help you tune your nibs to be really smooth. It comes with the brass shims you can use to get stuff out of your tines of your nibs and things. And it comes with a Goulet grip. Do I have two of them? I've had two of this set over the years. The Goulet grip is literally just a little piece of like rubber, but it's wonderful when you're pulling a nib out of a pen. You want to do it safely. This gives you something to wrap around your nib that kind of protects it. So you can pull, or you can use it for various other things. It comes with a jewelry care cloth. that, you know, works to polish up pens of any kind, polish up nibs. So here's some of these things that are new. I ended up with a second set of this stuff. So here's what this stuff looks like. Looks like new when I haven't used it to death. But that's a really great option because, you know, as you can see, I needed to probably start replacing mine, and my dad gave me a new set. So I have a replacement set. And this just lives in my drawer, and I reach for it, you know, fairly regularly. So that's another good option. So let me know what you think. This was everything I could think of. I bet there's something that's like extremely glaring that's like, why didn't you talk about that thing? And I don't know what it is. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to put a few links down there to a few things. None of it makes me any money or anything, but you know, it's just if you want to use my links, it's fine. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season as I make this. It is almost Thanksgiving, and I love the Christmas season. Thanksgiving time, I love this time of year. And so yeah, I hope this has been at least a little helpful. It feels like it's been chaotic, but yeah, maybe you've gotten a laugh. So yeah, I look forward to chatting with you in the comments, and I will see you soon. Have a great day, and happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.